Welcome or welcome back. My name's Sophie and I am a traditional artist living in the southwest of Somerset. I run a small Etsy business called Sophie in Somerset, and this video is documenting my experience over 3 markets, 2 physical markets and 1 digital market, an online market. They're all markets that I've done before, last year and beginning of this year as well. So comparing how I did last time to how I did this time, what I've learned, how much I made, and my advice to you when looking for markets. So I hope you enjoy. I will join you at the end. As you can see, I've got my Christmas earrings on. I've literally just come back from the last market that you're about to see. So that one's fresh in my mind and I can't wait to share with you all the results. So let's go to the markets. The first one was in November, I think. I can't even remember now, but the dates will be on the videos and I will join you on the flip side.
Welcome to the launch of the eHearts Christmas Market. We're back again, welcoming everybody. I hope you had a really good
Okay, guys, that was the three markets. I've got my clipboard here with the results. I'm going to walk you through my experiences of all the markets. So the first one was a market in the town hall in the city of Wells, which is near to where I live. We had really, really good footfall. Um, the indoor market is on the same day as the outdoor market, so it helps with the footfall. That market is held on pretty much every Wednesday and Saturday. We did a Saturday. It is a market that I previously done earlier in the year. I can't remember if I documented it on my channel or not. I think I did. Yes, I did. I'm mentally thinking I did document it, so you can go back and watch that one. And I did a load of prep for it as well. So this time I did worse. So I think last time I only sold like 3 stickers. This time I sold 0. So we spent like 6 hours there. It was a long day and we sold nothing. The footfall was good, but people just weren't buying. And honestly, I don't know if I could have done anything different. I was really happy with the setup of my stall. I had a variety of prices, some feedback that I got last time, and some really helpful ideas on my last video about kind of, because it was an autumn market, about creating bundles. I created a pumpkin bundle deal. I had autumn decor to decorate the stall. I had a lucky dip. I improved my signage. I really pushed heavily all of my autumn themed products. But the buyers just weren't there on the day. And I am finding that if you go to general craft fairs, which is what this one was, um, they're not so much geared towards your kawaii, cute stationery. They don't really get it. They're more interested in fiber art, so like knitting and crochet and jewelry making and all your traditional craft fair kind of products. Stationery and art prints, your buyers aren't there, your market isn't there. And that's what I found recently with craft fairs. Like I said, this is the second one that I'd done. It was worth a punt. I'd already paid for it. It was only £20 for the table, so it wasn't a great loss. But yeah, I didn't make a single sale. The footfall was good, so I can't blame the footfall. I think my buyers just weren't there. So last time I only sold like 3 stickers. So I'm basically not going to do that market again. My buyers are not there. So a lesson learned, even though you get the footfall and it was in a prominent place, it was a town hall in the city with an outdoor market right outside, doesn't mean you're going to get the sales if it's not your right target market, your right audience. But it's a lesson learned. I'm glad I did it. So the second one was the eHearts Market. It is an online market held by Emily Harvey. I'm one of her Patreons, and she runs these twice a year, one in May, one in November. And if you're a patron of Emily Harvey, you can take part. But you don't have to be a patron to buy. Anyone can buy, and they use the page called Trestle, which is like an online marketplace. All the shops taking part are listed on there, and then you can click on those shops to go either to their Etsy store or their websites. And I took part in May, and it was an amazing event. Now, the thing to remember with this one is, yes, obviously you want sales, but the main thing is about networking, about getting eyes on your products. And in May, I didn't make any sales, but I gained so many more followers on social media. My engagement went up, views on my Etsy store went up, follows on my Etsy store has gone up, and I do think that has helped sales afterwards. Since May, I've got my little sales tracker here. So since I took part in the eHearts Market in May, I've had consistent Etsy sales every month. And I don't think that is a coincidence. So I think that's one thing to also consider, especially when you're doing these online markets, because again, this is your target audience. Even if they're not all of Emily Harvey's Patreons, there's lots of different areas of products. So again, there are fiber artists, there are potters, there are authors selling books on there as well. So it's not just stationery and stickers and things, but there is a running theme, and that is your target audience, and you can see that. And like I said, I've had consistent sales in my Etsy store since May, and those followers haven't dropped off. It wasn't just they follow you for that market and then kind of they fall away. I've kept those followers since May. So I think there's also something to remember. So if you see other online markets, I know I've seen a lot of people doing the indie market online, for the indie Christmas market. So look for online markets. I think I'm going to be doing that a bit more next year, because I think that is where your target audience are. What I would say is I've looked at other online markets and it did cost to take part. I'm not necessarily against paying money to take part in an online market, but equally, you have to look at what you're getting for your money. Are they going to advertise your shop on the market page, or are you going to have to be driving all of your traffic to your site? Because I kind of feel like it's fair enough to pay for a pitch at a physical market, because a lot of the time you don't have to take your own table. You're paying for heating, electric, the actual pitch of where you're to, and the stewarding of an actual market and things like that. With an online market, you don't have that so much. So what are you actually paying for? That's the only thing I would say. For the Emily Harvey Patreon, the only fee that you had to pay, Emily does it completely for free as part of her Patreon. You do have to pay Trestle, but it's £4, so it's literally nothing. So this time I did make 2 sales. I had 2 orders, and that totaled £16.23. So I was really happy with that. You know, may not sound like a lot, but again, I gained so many more followers. I think like a minimum of 20 followers over 2 days is amazing on Instagram. My engagement went up. And they do say on average, somebody has to view your products or see your products about 3 times before they'll purchase. So just getting eyes on your products is amazing. I've had more followers on my shop. You know, I was getting kind of, 30 views in a day on my Etsy store, which was really, really good. Yeah, I was really, really happy with that. And again, that was last month now. It was November. Well, we are still in November. It's the 30th of November today. So at the start of this month, and engagement has still been up on my social media. My Etsy store is still getting more views than it was previously. So that it was definitely worth doing. But like I said, I got 2 orders, which again, to some people might not sound a lot, but I'm really happy with that. Considering there was about 100 shops taking part in this eHearts market. So I don't like saying competition, because actually we were there supporting each other. And the 2 people that ordered from me were fellow eHearts members. We were shopping from each other's shops, and I shopped from a couple of stores, which I shared on my studio vlog. So you're supporting each other, so it's not really competition, but there are lots of other shops that people can buy from. So the fact that I had 2 orders, I'm really, really happy with that. And I don't take that for granted. So thank you very much to April and Linny who purchased from me. Now today was my craft fair in my home church, Church of St. Peter and St. Paul. So it is on home ground. It's in my hometown, so I didn't have any traveling to do. And last Christmas, I did a market there. So at the end of November last year, and I made about £80. This year I made £99. I would say last year I only had 1 table. I had 2 tables this time, but they were only £15 per table, so it was only £30 cost. This year the weather wasn't that great. It was like that miserly rain, so a lot of people say the way it was a lot slower, a lot quieter. The market was meant to be 10:30 till 2 or 2:30, but we ended up packing up about 1:30 because it was just dead. So to get £99, I'm really, really happy with that. Like I said, I did have the 2 tables, so there was more stock. But I made a total of 16 sales. So 16 sales, and I made £99. The most popular product was this pen, that Faith Over Fear pen, which is so funny because, I have all of these beautiful art prints and stickers and stuff, and people love a pen. So that's something to learn. I made these, I think you would have seen it in a previous studio vlog. I made these key rings, didn't sell a single key ring. The other popular print was this, I don't know if you can see it, my Be Still hummingbird print. This one is on my Etsy store. That was super popular. I sold quite a few of those. And you will hopefully see on the footage, I had these glass bottles that I put some fairy lights in. Sold quite a few of those as well. But prints and pens were the most favourite ones. Didn't sell any stickers. Where are my sticker lovers? So that was really, really good. I'm really happy with today's event. And what have I learned? I have learned that you need to find out where your target audience are. This was a church, well, my home church. So not everyone who came were Christians, but a proportion were, and I don't have loads of faith-based products, but obviously the Faith Over Fear pen is a faith-based product. My print is a Be Still print. You can buy that if you're not a Christian, but it means something different if you are. And so that has highlighted to me where my target audience are. Interestingly, the guy that organises this event can't do it next year. We did previously help out with organising the event quite a few years ago before we had our son. So we are considering actually organising the event ourselves next year. And also maybe introducing a summer one. So instead of doing other craft fairs like the town hall that just didn't work, I'm actually considering running our own craft fair. And I have in my mind, because if you watched recently, I did a art course in my hometown and had my very first art exhibition. Well, that art gallery is in my hometown, and I'm considering seeing if they would be willing to do a joint event between the art gallery and our church. I'm very, very excited. I might document the whole process. Would you be interested in watching the whole process of me organising our very first market, like our own event? Would you be interested in that? If it's something that maybe you've considered doing, would you be interested to see the process and maybe learn from any possible mistakes that I may make? Let me know down in the comments, because that's what I'm thinking for next year. And I think there's something in that. If you're looking for a particular market and it doesn't already exist, why don't you think about running your own? So I was looking at actual makers markets, more artisan, more I hasten to say high end, because I don't want to do down any other home crafts that are selling at these markets, but it's slightly different when you do these kind of stationery products. But what I found is a lot of these markets run on Sundays. Now, morally, I don't want to run a market on a Sunday. I'm at church on Sunday. Sunday is the Lord's Day. It's a day of rest. And I don't think we should be opening up market stalls on a Sunday. So that's not something I want to do. But a lot of these actual makers markets seem to be on Sundays, which is so frustrating because I can't attend them, or I don't want to attend them. So I don't think I'm going to be doing any other physical markets at the moment. I haven't found ones that I think will suit my brand, where I'll get the right people there without going further afield. Again, I've watched other markets where, like Stationery Fest and the Magical Market, which you've probably seen all these other studio vlogs go into. Do I want to be spending my weekends traveling to these places? For me personally, no. So that's not right for me. I don't want to go further afield. I want to spend time at home with my little boy and my husband. So that for me, that's not right. So I think I'm going to be focusing more on potentially organising our own event, looking at what other online markets there are, and also investigating going into shops. I've done it previously a long time ago when my husband and I did like kind of an upcycling side hustle. We rented a shelf space in a shop. You have to be quite careful with that because they do take a percentage as well as the rental price for the shelf. And that can be quite pricey. But I'm going to look around to see if that's an avenue as well, possibly going down next year. I've got lots of food for thought. But so the overall takeaway, the first market didn't go well last time, went even worse this time. Not going back. It's not the right target market. Just because you get the footfall doesn't mean you're going to get the sales. I also think times are hard at the moment. So people are watching the pennies. I know we are as a family. So you have to bear that in mind as well. Every sale is a bit harder to get. Online market with a like-minded community is amazing just for engagement alone without the obviously sales. Sales are a bonus on top of that. But like I said, just joining that market has increased my engagement and therefore my sales going forward on my Etsy store. So that's also something to consider. So I will definitely be doing the next eHearts market in May. I'm actually going to probably be teaming up with one of my fellow eHearts members. April, we did a collaboration for the Christmas market. I think we're going to do a bigger collaboration in May, so watch out for that one. And then this Christmas market on my home turf with like-minded people, a bit more my target audience. Smashed it, and considering running our own market next year. So thank you for joining me. I hope that's interesting. Again, I like to be transparent as always with my sales. I could have not included the market where I didn't sell anything, but I want to be realistic to you guys because if you turn up to a market and you don't sell anything, I don't want you to feel like you're the only person on the planet that happens to. It happened to me. It's one of those things. You just have to take it on the chin. But my husband pointed out to me that was £20 at that market. I did 2 of those markets this year in Wells Town Hall. That's 40. And then I spent another £30 on my tables today. £15 for each. I had 2 tables. So that's £70, and I made £99 in today alone. So I've made back my table money for the entire year with some product. So yeah, you can't really complain with that. So it pays to kind of just try these things out. And if it doesn't work, you've learned and you can move on. But thank you for joining me. I hope it was interesting. And like I said, if you're interested in seeing more of these vlogs, please let me know down below. Hit the notification bell because we've got lots of exciting things happening in the new year. My next video will be looking back at my goals that I made at the start of the year and seeing how we got on. Again, this isn't to kind of like say, oh, I didn't do that and be all down on yourself. But just seeing how things evolve because you can make these goals and they just grow and change over the time. That's absolutely fine. So, but I think it'll be really exciting to look back at what we've achieved this year and exciting plans for next year. So if you don't want to miss on that one, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And I will see you in the next one. God bless. Love you. Bye.